It was bloody business as usual in Gaza again Saturday. 14-year-old Mariam was killed by shrapnel from heavy machine gun fire when an Israeli undercover unit surrounded her house and arrested her father, a local Hamas leader in Bet Lahia in the north of the Strip. Her mother was also seriously injured in the attack, devastated by the news she has lost her daughter. Dozens of Israeli tanks were sent in to support the arrest squad. Members of the armed wings of both Hamas and Islamic Jihad were engaged in the firefight, which began before dawn. The Israeli army said an airstrike was carried out against armed militants. At the 14-year-old girl's funeral, feelings of anger and despair that another young and innocent life had been taken less than 48 hours after Hamas offered Israel terms for a truce.
This crime reveals the reality of the Israeli response to peace talks. The Zionist mentality knows only atrocities and terrorism.
The mood of pessimism is not just confined to the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas said his talks with President Bush in Washington failed to achieve anything. In an interview before leaving, he said, frankly, so far nothing has been achieved. He asked the American president for a tightening of the monitoring of Israeli settlement expansion in the West Bank. The Palestinian president described it as the biggest blight that stands as a big rock in the path of negotiations. Back in Bet Lahia, they were counting the cost of the latest Israeli raid. Crops crushed and uprooted by the tanks, crops families desperately need to feed their children now that all food distribution has been halted by the United Nations because of the lack of fuel. David Chater, Al Jazeera, Gaza City.